All right, the Death of Slim Shady has officially been out for 1 week now, so you know what that means. That's right, it is album review time. I actually wouldn't blame you if you didn't know what that means. I've never done this before, but that's the new precedent that I'm setting. Gonna start doing album reviews 1 week after the album comes out. Is that fair? Is that too long? I don't know. This is what I'm doing. I've been breaking down each individual song day by day, and I want to give myself a break from doing that. Kind of wears your brain down, and I just want to give my overall thoughts on this album, man. I've listened to it front to back like 15 times now, and I'm just excited to share my thoughts on the full thing. Now, if you don't know how I do my album reviews, I do them a little bit differently than most people. I like to rank the songs in order of my listening preference and talk about each individual song, and then at the very end of the video, I give my final rating out of 10. So with that being said, this album has 19 tracks. It's got 3 skits and then 1 skit song thing, and then we have 15 full-blooded songs. So let's rank them. Now, obviously, I'm gonna have the 3 skits down here at the bottom. So coming in at number 19, I have the breaking news skit. This follows directly after Houdini, and it really plays off the song well and the music video really well. And it's also a really good precursor into the next song, Guilty Conscience 2. The whole concept album is awesome. It's even better in reverse. You should watch that video that I made on that. So it's a pretty cool bridge in the album, but nothing really more than that. At number 18, we have the Guess Who's Back skit. The return of Ken Kniff is hilarious. It's really showing that Marshall still knows how to have fun making an album and can still let loose a little bit. It was really nostalgic for some classic Eminem fans like myself. It's also a really good comical break before we get into the last song of the album, which is super sad, and I definitely think that's needed to kind of shift mood changes in an album. At number 17, I've got the All You Got skit, and I think this is my favorite skit because this is when you really realize that Eminem is like, shit, I've been having fun rapping like Slim Shady this entire time, and Slim is sitting him down like, I am the reason that you're having fun. I'm the reason you have everything. And it's just a really cool turning point in the album, and it's plopped right in the middle of some really badass songs too. But at the end of the day, they're skits. Kind of hard to put skits over songs, even though I really debated on putting it over my least favorite song on this album. But yeah, there's the skits. At number 16, we have my least favorite song on the album, Road Rage. For me, this is pretty much the only skip on the album per se. I know a lot of people really love it, but it is not my cup of tea. And no, it's not because I'm fat. I actually agree with the sentiments that he's rapping about towards obesity. It's just the song is kind of odd, especially the chorus and like the opening. I'm just caught up in the rap shit trying to be a rap star. I don't know, the screaming on the chorus and the vroom 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 is like kind of out of tune with the melody behind the beat. This song just kind of felt weird to me. I didn't particularly care for it. And it's really the only song on the album that I didn't care for necessarily. The rest of them I would definitely give more listens. At number 15, I have Head Honcho with Easy Mill. I love Easy Mill. I think he is super talented, and I was really hopeful for this song coming into the album. I predicted this to be like one of those rap god type songs where he's going super crazy and has something to prove. And I really like the chorus on this one. I like the layering that Easy Mill does, but this is one of those tracks that kind of felt like an Eminem feature on somebody else's song. That'll be a familiar topic because it happens again later on. And like I said, I really like Easy Mill, but it almost sounds like he's trying a little too hard to rap hard on this. Like I can really hear him rapping through his teeth, like his mouth isn't fully all the way opening, which he kind of normally does, but I don't know, it just kind of felt a little more exaggerated on this album. And like I said, when it comes to Eminem's verse, it just kind of felt like a featured verse on somebody else's song, especially because Easy did the hook. I know Marshall did a couple lines in the second hook, but just felt like a feature song. At number 14, I have Trouble, and man, do I wish this was a full song. It was really building up this little back and forth battle between Slim and Marshall, and then it just kind of stopped, so it was almost like a song skit per se. It's only like 45 seconds long, and that's the reason that it is so low. If that continued on to be a full song, I think that has a lot of potential. Very similar style to Guilty Conscience 2 almost. And spoiler alert, I really like Guilty Conscience 2, but the beat and the overall feeling that that song gives you, just like that uneasy feeling, and Slim just going on an absolute tirade saying all these different things to try to get Marshall canceled, really works well with the concept album. Number 13, I have Toby with Big Sean and Babytron. This song grew on me just a little bit, but it's still not one of my favorites from the album. Again, kind of feels like an Eminem feature, like I said with Head Honcho on somebody else's song, but also I was kind of wanting more Spider-Man references. Everybody's verse on this is fine. I will say Eminem is like dissing Melly Mel on this and Jay-Z on this, even though a couple songs prior on the album with Guilty Conscience 2, he said that he was done with all his feuds and done dissing people. So that did leave me in a little bit of confusion, like it didn't belong on the album. And I think that's kind of why I'm in such a disarray with the song. I definitely would not have made a music video for this one. And we know Cole Bennett directed it, and he had the Lyrical Lemonade album, and I think at this point it's 100% confirmed this was supposed to be on the Lyrical Lemonade album, but Eminem liked it so much he wanted it on his own album. But for me, it just does not fit in the concept of this concept album. It kind of does a little bit in the reverse order, but in the normal order like you're supposed to listen to it, it just does not feel right. It feels misplaced. Coming in at number 12, and this one kind of surprised me, but I feel right about it, I have Save Me with my boy Jelly Roll, and I think the reason I have it so low on the list is because I don't like it more than the original song. Jelly Roll's Save Me with just him. I think this is a great storytelling song, great conceptual song, examining what would have happened if Eminem never stopped taking drugs, if he didn't get sober. And it is a tearjerker. tearjerker. Literally, I cried like a baby. But for this song, you have to be in the right mindset to listen to it. It's not one that you can just toss on and listen and be fine and go on with the rest of your day. That is the problem a lot with sadder songs. You have to be in the right mindset to listen to a lot of them. Still an absolutely beautiful song, and I'm so proud of Jelly Roll again. And again, great concept idea from Eminem on this one. At number 11, I have Brand New Dance. This one worked its way up the list for me, man. Originally, this was my least favorite, or like my second least favorite behind Road Rage. And the more I listen to it, man, it is just so catchy. It's so dumb and so catchy. This is just a wacky Eminem that is so beyond catchy, and you don't understand why. It is quite literally 2004 Eminem with a smooth voice and just funny, relaxed cadence. And it's just an easy song to listen to. So yeah, it worked its way up from song 16 to song 11. It might even work its way up even more. I just did a video yesterday examining this song on a full breakdown, and it's actually the 5th most streamed song on the album, so a lot of people like this song. At number 10, I've got Bad One with White Gold. White Gold's second chorus on this album, and that dude just knows how to make choruses, bro. Such a great voice. I will say, this one kind of pisses me off a little bit because the chorus doesn't rhyme. The opening lines rhyme with Bad One and Platinum, but then he goes to Diamond and Gold and like nothing rhymes, and it kind of bothers the inner rapper in me that it doesn't rhyme with anything. And I think that's why it's lower than the other ones, but super freaking catchy, and this one's grown on me a lot too. Really great beat to this song. And like I said, we're at this point in my ranking list where all these songs are fire. Like, I am not skipping any of these songs. Pretty much any song past maybe Head Honcho's up in the air for me, I'm gonna let them play through. That's the thing with these ranking videos. Like, just because it's song whatever down here bottom at the list doesn't mean I don't like it. I freaking love this song. There's just other songs that I love even more. This is a great album. Coming in at number 9, we have Temporary with Skylar Grey. And Skylar is what really holds me onto this song a lot. That chorus is absolutely beautiful. She sings amazing. And it's a very heartbreaking, tear-jerking song about when Eminem passes away, and it's a song for his daughter. And it's just such a hard song to think about the outcome, and it's a song that I don't want to think about the outcome, but it's so beautiful to not let play through. Again, great concept, and it fits well on this concept album. Dropping in down at number 8, I have Houdini, which is wild because I played the absolute shit out of this song, and maybe that's why it's so high up on the list now, is because I've just played it so much and it's been out for over a month now. So maybe these other songs still have the newness factor to it, but this is an amazing song, has a great play on the chorus from the Steve Miller Band. There's not really that choppiness that Eminem likes to rap like nowadays. It feels more like vintage Shady, but with the current Eminem's voice. Just a really good mesh of both ideas. And a great chorus too, gets stuck in my head. Even though it's an interpolation of the original chorus, which is why it's a great chorus, it's still awesome. So much so that I even did a remix of this song. I only do remixes of songs that I really like. At number 7, I have Habits with White Gold once again. And again, this dude knows how to make choruses, bro. He is 3 for 3 on choruses on Eminem's albums for me. Zeus was awesome, Habits was awesome, and Bad One was awesome. But M has some really awesome cadences on this song. We obviously have the back and forth between his old self and his current self, which I love that whole idea, the sounds. It's so nostalgic, but awesome. Again, works great for this entire concept album. And again, that chorus just, oh man, just makes me want to like shrug my shoulders and listen to it. White Gold is legit, bro. This is a really good second song on the album. Great song to bleed off of Renaissance, and really does great at building up this story that's being told throughout this concept album. And speaking of Renaissance, that is the number 6 song on the album for me. I think it's the most streamed song other than the singles, partially because it is the first song on the album, so everybody's gonna listen to it. But it's also nothing but vintage Slim Shady. It's literally his old voice. I mean, it's AI. It's current Eminem rapping like old Shady with the old Shady AI voice. But the nostalgia factor kicks in so hard, and these flows are so buttery smooth, man. This is the Eminem style of rap that I have been craving for such a long time. Don't get me wrong, the choppiness and the separating of the words for punchlines and different entendres is very, very impressive, and nobody else can do it like him. But it does sometimes make it for a harder listen because you're just really trying to be technical instead of listening and vibing. This is a listen and vibe song with some punchlines sprinkled in, but it's just that smoothness that is so nice to listen to. I think maybe the reason it's not higher is because it doesn't have a chorus, so there's nothing that really sticks into my brain, aside from the fact that it's just so smooth. At number 5, we have Antichrist. Marshall is the Antichrist. Probably one of the best choruses on the album from Eminem specifically. Again, love the back and forth between Slim and Marshall, and I think the only reason that this got knocked down just a little bit for me is the fast rap at the very end. It's just kind of that deep into his throat stuffiness sound that he has when he really lowers his register, and it almost sounds like a rehash of some of the Godzilla fast rap too. Specifically, my trigger is happy, trigger happy. I know that was said fast in both songs, but the faster part at the end just kind of cluttered it up a little bit for me, which is odd because I love fast rap, I love chop. That's the kind of rap that I make a lot of the times. I mean, my favorite rapper of all time, Tech Nine, raps like that. I think what it is him chopping in his low tone doesn't really sound the best for me. But the rest of the song is just, especially you that chorus. That chorus is vintage. At number 4, we've got Evil. Again, in contention for the best chorus on the album. This is like Bad meets Evil, Eminem, the back and forth. Again, amazing. And this whole song, I'm just sitting here stank face going like this. You catch me listening to this song and I look just like this every single time. You pull up to a stoplight and I'm listening to it, face is scrunched up and I'm just vibing. That chorus is awesome. Really cool switch up of the cadences on this song. Got some nice smooth flows in this one as well. Got some choppiness too, but it's a great blend of both styles. At number 3, we've got Guilty Conscience 2. Perfect song for this concept album, and it lived up to the hype that I had for it. I love the overall skit to it. I just love everything about this song. It made me laugh. It made me it made me just do all kinds of different emotions. And I still think that the album should have stopped after this song. While I like some of the songs after it, they just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me conceptually. This was the perfect ending of the conceptual album. It's hard to not agree with that, right? I mean, he kills Slim Shady at the end of this song, even though he technically doesn't. I don't know. I wish it would have stopped after this album, where it got pushed along the album a little bit more to where it was the last song. Because, man, would have went out with a banger and a bang, literally. But yeah, definitely lived up to the hype. Now, finally, my top 2 songs. These go back and forth, hand in hand. But number 2 is Lucifer. Hands down, the best beat on the album, without a question. You talk about mean mugging, just driving through the streets, and I want to do a remix to this one bad. But I'm afraid I'm gonna fuck it up, because that's just how amazing that beat is. We got Slim and Marshall rapping back and forth. Once again, as you can see, I really like that idea. Love that sound. But especially towards the end when it's Slim, multiple lacerations, like that flow that he did right there. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is what I fucking miss. I'm telling you, if there's a side B and it's nothing but Slim rapping just like that, going number 1, and I'm listening to every song every day for hours on end. Which I kind of already do that anyway with his album. And Sly Piper absolutely fucking killed that hook too, man. I wish the hook was longer when he got to show off his voice a little bit more, because that dude has a great voice. So that obviously leaves my number 1 song on the album, Fuel with JID. I was hopeful that JID got put on this album in my album prediction video, and man, did this song deliver. JID has got to be one of the best rappers in the modern age. He's just got so much charisma, so much swag to his voice. He can rap fast, he can rap slow, he's got great cadences, just so smooth with it and easy to listen to. And nobody else really sounds like him. And I was worried like hell that Eminem was not going to be able to rap better than what JID did opening this song. That shit was so good. But then Eminem delivered the best verse on the whole album right after that. He knew what he was doing, bro. The very clever shots at P. Diddy, but also that smooth, buttery cadence, the con scheme that he had for like 14 bars. Just an absolute masterclass of technicality when it comes to writing and rhyming, and just 100% have listened to this song probably 30 times. I can't wait till I get to that point in the album when I can break that song down and really go over everything and analyze it. But for now, as a listen, it is so enjoyable. So there is my final ranking of the album. Would love for you guys to comment your own rankings down below, your preference. That's my favorite part of doing these videos. At least do like a top 5. I know 19 tracks is kind of hard to do. At least give me your top 5 down below in the comments. That way I can look through them and everybody else can have a discussion about it. But now my overall score on this album, I loved it. I wasn't the biggest fan of Music to Be Murdered By and Music to Be Murdered By Side B. I did like Kamikaze quite a bit, but I love this album more than all of those. This is 100% a top 5 album from Eminem, maybe even a top 3. For me, there's tons of replay value to it. I've seen a lot of people say there's not, but like I said, I've listened to this thing like 15 times and I am not tired of it at all. I gave each individual song a score out of 10. I added them all up and then divided them by the number of songs to give an average score of a 9.1 out of 10. I love this album, and now I'm off to go listen to it again. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and stick around. I'm still in the middle of breaking down each individual song. I got a playlist that you guys can click on the screen right here. It's got all the videos that I've made on this album. Lots of really dope content has come from it so far. So yeah, indulge yourself in the Death of Slim Shady videos on my channel. And this is my song, If My Heart Had Wings, if you guys are interested in what my music sounds like. Love you guys. Peace out.
Seems like every now and then I try to pick myself up from these lows. How can I expect to do that? I don't even feel like picking up my phone. I'm stuck somewhere between one and someone there all the time. But sometimes